What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian and you're watching Flake Garage, and today we have just a small update video for you guys. I wanted to talk to you about what's going on with the trucks, especially my 87, my 88, the Tacoma, and what's going on with Brian's Hardbody. I know you guys haven't seen the Hardbody on the channel recently, but don't be afraid, we do have more videos on that one coming up. It's just we've been both extremely busy. Brian has been super busy with some stuff. He hasn't had a chance to come out and work with me over here so we can do some upgrades on his truck. But we do have more videos on that one coming up, so don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned for those. So let me jump into what's going on with the 87. We'll jump into what's going on with the 88. We'll probably talk a little bit about my Tacoma, and then what's going on with Brian's Hardbody. Let's do it. So what is going on with the 87? The 87 right now is working for the most part pretty good. I did the header recently. You've probably seen that video. If not, check it out on the top. But that is working good. We do seem to have perhaps a small exhaust leak. I need to go in there and fix that. But let me give you a little update on that as well. I had mentioned on the exhaust video that I was going to go and get a custom exhaust made. And honestly, some of the quotes I got to get that done were absolutely ridiculous. I'm talking $400 or $500 just to get small pipe back there. And it just felt like too much for me. That was certainly an amount of money I didn't want to spend to just get that done. So what I ended up doing is just leaving it how it is stocked, leaving that completely factory just with the new header in place. And then, like I said, just need to go in there and tighten those bolts, make sure it is all good. So we are going to leave that alone, and we're going to have something else for the 88 as far as the exhaust goes. Besides that, we do have some other mods coming in for the interior, but unfortunately, if you've been keeping up with everything going on right now, especially with the pandemic and everything, you know that parts are pretty much back order everywhere. No matter what you get or what kind of stuff you get, it seems like everything is just back order. So I've been waiting on some interior parts that I want to put on for now. Some of them for a couple months actually. Some of them not so long, but still I don't have them with me, so I can't do a video on them. So what are we gonna do? All we can do right now is wait. The bed cover's been working great. No issues there. If anything, the truck's just dirty. I haven't had a chance to basically wash it and give it a good little polish and shine. So that is basically all that's going on. We got parts coming up. We're just waiting on them. And then we'll have probably a little more videos coming up on the 87. So let me move on to the 88 Mazda and talk about what's going on over there. So if we jump over here to the 88 Mazda, this is the one I've been kind of focusing a little bit more of my free time into, and it hasn't been a lot of free time, honestly. It's been pretty busy lately. So we are going to talk about real quick some of the mods you've seen on the channel recently. It has been the weather carburetor. We also added the exhaust in here. We have the new painted exhaust. Kind of hard to see, it's a little bit dark right now, but that is all good. I did receive my intermediate pipe, which goes basically from the header into the muffler. Well, the cat before the muffler here. So we did put that in there, but I might have installed it a little bit wrong. We do have an exhaust leak in there. But then again, we have no exhaust past that part. So like I said, initially the plan was to take the one that we're gonna take off the red truck and install it on this one, but because of the price, we decided to not go and do that. So what we're gonna do is, I still have my factory one. Let me show you here. I still have my factory exhaust, or the exhaust that came with the white truck. The reason why I didn't want to use this is because everything was welded a little bit bad. We have this part basically that fused together, and this is the intermediate pipe right here. So that's the part that I got. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it. That's completely trash. And then here we checked it, inspected, make sure everything's good. We're gonna fill any exhaust leaks that we might have here, which I think there was only one somewhere around here, and then just one back here. So not terrible. And then we're gonna put this exhaust right into the truck. And hopefully we're gonna be driving it very soon. I know I keep saying that, and I just keep spending so much time on it and not driving it. If we move on to the inside, this is where the major changes are happening right now. So you can see we have no door panels. They were completely trash. Water leaks into the doors basically, maybe because of the seals. I just replaced these ones with the parked truck seals, and I hope they're doing a lot better job of keeping the water out. But I know some of this back here if we can focus here a little bit, this ones need to be replaced probably. They're letting water in as well. But took the door panels out. They were completely trashed. They're just not salvageable. So we threw this away, and then we started taking the carpet because we also have a water leak somewhere in the windshield, and that was dripping basically water into the carpet. And honestly, I'm surprised of how good it looks. I know it looks like crap there, but look at this side. This one is actually clean. I got in here and cleaned this side. I need to clean the other side, but this side looks great. No major rust, just maybe some small surface rust here and there. And the rest of it, if we go over here, this is the worst part of it, but honestly, it's mostly surface. Mostly surface. The bolt that holds the cab, which is the one back there, that one, it is the worst part of the truck. We do have a little bit more surface rust in here, but nothing very serious, which I'm very glad. I was kind of concerned that once I removed that carpet, we were gonna have just a completely trashed floor pan, and I'm very lucky that we didn't. So we are going to basically just keep cleaning this. I did clean the carpet that we removed out of the 87, like we did say that on the video. And let me show you here real quick. Carpet is right here, nice and clean. It's all dried. We try to clean it as best as possible, pressure washed it and everything. And that carpet is probably what's gonna be going into the 88. Now, outside of that, we are basically ready to start driving. We had some small hiccups. I think we do have a bit of a misfire, so we're probably gonna switch the spark plug, switch the spark wires, and make sure everything's good. And the 88 should be pretty much good to start running around town. So I'm really excited about that. I've been looking forward to driving this truck. Hopefully it'll work in back, and then just start working with more kinks. Oh, another thing that we do need to change on this truck is going to be the bearing for the drive shaft, basically the carrier bearing that's in the middle of it. I have it somewhere inside the house. It's very messed up, the one that's in there. So we do definitely need to swap that one out if we're going to start driving it. But that's basically all that's going on with the 88 right now. So here's my Tacoma, and you've probably seen some videos recently on some of the stuff we added onto the truck. We had some nice people that were kind enough to send us a couple free stuff for us to try, and we really appreciate it, but I think that's going to be the extent of it. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot more to it. Maybe some wheels in the future, if anything. Like I said, I want to keep this truck as close to stock as possible, just because it's my reliable everyday truck, and I don't want to mess with that. And like I said, I don't want to also be adding a bunch of crappy accessories and whatnot. So we're probably not going to see this truck too much coming up. So thank you again for everyone that sent us a couple free things for it. We really appreciate it. But if you do want to send us some free stuff, please, let's do some universal things that we can throw on the Mazda or that we can throw on the Hardbody, so that way it'll help you guys in our community keep these old trucks alive. Now, as far as the Hardbody goes, it hasn't disappeared. Brian still has it. We're still going to be doing stuff to it. It's just right now it's been super difficult because Brian has had a lot of personal stuff going on. He's taking care of a lot of things over there. So he hasn't had a chance to really come out here and do some mods to his truck. He does have a few parts already waiting to be installed. We have some LED bulbs that we're going to be swapping out into the cluster, because I know a lot of you guys were asking since we did it on the Mazda. We definitely have a video coming out for that. We're going to be swapping out some door handles for him and just show you how the quick way to do that, just in case you need to do it on your truck. And then we have a few other parts. I don't think Brian wants me to talk about them. He might have hinted at them on his channel, on his Instagram, so check them out if you haven't. And then hopefully we'll see another video here on the channel soon. But yeah, let me show you just also a quick sneak peek of some of the other parts that are waiting to go on these trucks, and hopefully it'll get you excited for the videos that are coming up. All right, guys, and here is the mess. I know this looks like a mess. There's just parts on top of parts on top of parts that unfortunately we just haven't had the time to get to them. And some of these parts are sent to us by some close friends. Big shout out to Grant. I want to again give him a big shout out. He has sent us a few parts that we're hopefully going to be installing in the trucks that he didn't like, but he wants us to give you guys our opinion on them. So we're going to have some lighting stuff coming up, some audio equipment coming up, and just a few other things that are kind of mixed in here that you're not going to be able to see because it just looks like a mess, like I said. But we are going to have some more stuff coming up, guys, so stay tuned for that. Again, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking the videos. We hope you're enjoying the content that we're putting out, and really hope to bring out more content for you guys. We have our store online, so if you haven't checked it out, check out the store, store.flakegarage.com. You can pick up some stickers. We did have some LED third brake lights for the Hardbody that we modified and made them basically plug and play for you. So if you're thinking about that, maybe check out the website. We'll have one in there. We did have just a few number of them, so hopefully we're not sold out by the time you guys get up there. But yeah, that's really all we have. Again, thank you so much, guys. We hope to see you on the next video, and peace.